Hello, friends. So I got a call from someone today, and was talking about a stubborn battery lasting as long as 4 years, and here was my reaction. Wow, like really, how did it last that long? With tubular batteries and lead acid batteries, it's a known fact that most of these batteries do not actually last so long, and when you even use them for 3 years, you most of the time you should actually celebrate it because it's really something good. And he was talking about the fact that it lasted long, and he was thinking it did something wrong to the battery. The battery will actually start to downgrade from there and basically not go up. It's not going to give you more of the power. Why do lithium ion batteries fail? Or should I rephrase that? How come lithium ion batteries don't last? So I had a conversation with another friend, and he was talking about a battery that he bought, and there was actually a whole lot of Sabarat type of batteries, like the pylon sets that you basically know about. And these batteries didn't actually last long. The customers got them and they were complaining that the batteries were shutting down and they were not actually even coming back on anymore. They did some tests and they found out that the BMS were actually failing. Why do these BMSs fail? And how come something as little as the BMS system is what will cause the batteries to not work very well anymore? In the mind of the customer, they think, I've spent so much on the battery and I'm expecting to get so much out of it. I'm expecting to use it for at least like 10 years, 15 years, especially when you hear all the good things about lithium ion batteries. But really, a lithium ion battery cells good. Yes, they are pretty amazing, and they can do 10 years, 15 years, depending on how much you maintain them on the life cycle of the battery. But when you get the server rack type of battery, which I'm actually going to put up in this video, it's very, in most cases, especially if you buy from the wrong source, they might have, first of all, bad cells, and second of all, the BMS might not be right. The BMS is a battery management system. It monitors the battery. It monitors the battery over voltage, and when the battery is beyond the particular, it just shuts off the battery. So it's the protection of the battery. So when what is supposed to protect it doesn't work anymore, that's a really, really big problem. In these cases, it might be a cheap BMS. I've actually seen cases of. I've had cases where I've installed batteries. I did like basically more of the basic type of thing where I buy the BMS and I buy the battery and I couple them. And I noticed that at a point the customer complained, and I had to go there and I noticed that the voltage that the battery reads is actually different from what I'm getting from the BMS to the battery, but it still comes on when I put it on. So I checked the settings, I checked basically everything, and I was not finding anything. And eventually I realized that the BMS was bad. And when I actually picked it up and smelled it, I noticed that there was actually this burn smell. So in most cases, why people say that lithium ion batteries don't last is the cheap BMSs, bad components or components that don't really last long in them, and they are not actually well made. So it's not the battery themselves, it's what actually protects them. And when the protection is bad, because now the protection is connected to the negative side of the battery. So what you're getting out is the other negative side of the BMS. That's from the battery to the BMS system. Then the BMS now gives you a negative. So if that protection does not work, it kills. It makes it look like the battery is bad completely. It kills the battery, and the voltage might actually be lower than what it's actually supposed to be, or you don't get a voltage reading at all, or the batteries don't even come on at all, and you think, yeah, the battery is bad and stuff like that. So are the batteries good? Yeah, the cells are good, but in most cases the BMS is bad. And can the BMS also destroy the battery? Yes, especially when they don't self-balance, when there are a lot of lags. There are a lot of things that have been happening that the BMS is not taking note of, and it has just been managing it for a really long time and stuff like that. In that case, when a battery is lower than the other ones, it can actually take all the batteries along with it. That's why you start getting swell in the battery. The battery cells start to swell and stuff like that. And there can actually be cases where the cells are actually bad, where they used batteries that have actually been used before, maybe from an electric, an EV or something like that, and the batteries are actually getting to the end, or probably the cells are just bad. So yeah, lithium-ion batteries are good, but yes, they also fail. So it's something that you should also look out for. And that's why I made the review with the Felicity, because I also wanted people to understand what they are buying and to know that yes, it's not just I want to buy a battery. It's about buying the right battery. And that's just it for today. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Akonde Olawale.